Hello, my nostrils. Welcome back to the Nashville Nose. I'm your host, Dr. Magnifiscent. Good evening. And tonight we'll be discussing really good cheapies. Cause who in their right mind wants to spend over $200 on a bottle of perfume? Oh yeah. Okay, point taken. Well, I may be a crazy fragrance lover, but lots of people just want to splash on a little something nice to wear to work or on a date or a special occasion, and don't want to break the bank. Now, what qualifies a cheapie? Cheap. Well, for this list, I have 10 fragrances ranked from most to least expensive, and all of them are under $50 on discounter sites. The majority of them you can find on fragrancenet.com, a 100% legit discounter site I use a lot. And no, before you ask, I don't work with them. I'm not being paid to say that. I don't know anybody there. I'm just here to spread the word to you so you don't end up paying that painful retail price. Oh, hurts, don't it? Also, a list like this can be quite useful to those of you out there wanting to build a collection. Maybe your New Year's resolution is to start your fragrance journey, but not wanting to drop a ton of money out of the gate. Although I would imagine the majority of really expensive fragrances on the market probably cost that much because they're made of the finest ingredients. I know there's a lot of them out there jacked way up due to popularity, hype, and what these companies think they can charge for them. Pricey doesn't always mean quality. So I want to take a look at the scents in my collection that are top shelf quality at bargain barrel prices. So what are we waiting for? Are you ready to save? Yeah! Are you a baller on a budget? Yeah! Are you ready to smell like a total boss where in reality you're probably still living with your parents? Yeah! Well, no shame in your game, bargain hunters. Here's 10 really good cheapies under $50. The doctor is now in. Number 10, no stranger to this channel, Givenchy Gentleman Eau de Toilette. $50 for 50 mil. Easy to remember. Again, just a great late summer, early fall scent, classy, gentlemanly, and a hell of a great price for what you're getting. Pear, cardamom, pineapple. Get out of here! Iris, lavender, vanilla, patchouli, and a touch of leather. I mean, I feel like a straight up gent when I wear this. It's a fitting name. Number 9 goes to Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male. $40 for 40 mil, $60 for 70 mil. My first scent ever, and what a classic it still is. Francis Kurkdjian was only 24 when he created this. Talk about a prodigy. Lavender, mint, cardamom, bergamot, vanilla, amber, tonka bean, orange blossom. Sandalwood, cedar, artemisia, which is basically wormwood or absinthe. Trippy. Then a touch of cinnamon and caraway to add a little spice. A genius blend, it became very popular upon its release in 1995, and still remains very popular even with the countless flankers that have come out after. So my opinion, I'm sure along with many others, the OG, once a king, always a king. It's a must-own. Whatever tax bracket you're in, a well sought-after staple in many collections is Dylan Blue by Versace. $40 for 50 mil, $50 for 100. Some call this the poor person's Bleu de Chanel. They are similar. They're both blue freshies walking along that shower gel borderline, but it's got its own special something. Citrus, water notes, fig leaf, tonka bean, saffron, musk. To me, it's a little spicier than Bleu de Chanel. Seems heavier on the incense and patchouli, but the main difference between these two are in the synthetic ingredients. This one has ISO-E Super. This one has Ambroxan. Odor molecules like these are used in most perfumes nowadays for a number of reasons. To help with performance, increase longevity, to bring out the clarity of the notes. They're like an overall fragrance booster. There are brands who sell perfumes made up of just these ingredients, like Eccentric Molecules Molecule 1, which is pure ISO-E Super, and Molecule 2, which is Ambroxan. On their own, ISO-E Super has a dry, woody scent similar to cedar, and Ambroxan is used as one of the main substitutes for Ambergris. Side note! It's a fascinating thing about ambergris. It's essentially whale poop aged and calcified by floating around the ocean for years, then eventually washed up on shore. On its own, it's kinda nasty. Surprise, right? But when it's added to perfume in just the right amount, it can provide a nice oceanic, salty, watery, slightly animalic feel and enhance performance. But it's uncommonly used in perfume nowadays because it's very rare and very valuable. In fact, 1 kilogram of ambergris goes for around $40,000. So if you find a cinder block sized chunk of this stuff on the beach, Saltwater gold, baby, ocean teeth. So a fragrance that uses real ambergris will most likely be very, very expensive. Luckily, Ambroxan can supply the same effect much cheaper, and on its own, it actually does have a pleasant smell to it. So to me, Dylan Blue is a bit more salty and spicy than Bleu de Chanel, but still has that nice clean smell and a solid, much more affordable substitute. Number 7 belongs to the highly praised Azzaro Wanted by Night. 35 bucks for 50 ml, 45 for 100. Tobacco, leather, patchouli, vanilla, citrus, woods, fruits, spices, and our old friend ISO E Super. This gem has a lot of bang for your buck. It's like a kitchen sink fragrance when you just read the notes, but it's so nice and warm and lush, perfect for the fall. I think it would be a great scent for a casual date or an upscale bar hang, and of course the bottle is badass. This is a big win for Azzaro. Make my day. Okay, we don't have a choice. We have to discuss Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is a clone fragrance. Can anybody guess what this is a clone of? Oh God, don't make me say its name. Okay, yes, in case you haven't already figured it out, it is one of the most popular clones of Creed Aventus. One of the most legendary and world-renowned fragrances ever created. Are you happy now? Like its muse, if you want to call it that, this also has that famous smoky pineapple birch accord with citrus, apple, vanilla, patchouli, and a touch of our other good friend, ambergris. Definitely not real ambergris though, considering it's 30 bucks for 100 ml, versus over $300 for the original King Daddy over here, which, I don't know, may use the real stuff or maybe did at some point. So my assessment with these two is this. Back to back, you can kind of tell that Aventus is a little more natural smelling and most likely uses more high-end ingredients. But if you just wear this out, it's pretty much a dead ringer. And I even find the clone actually beats the original in performance, at least on my skin. So unless you're totally ballin', this is the perfect sub and it's so cheap for what you're getting, it's almost a no-brainer. For number 5, Dunhill Icon goes for 30 bucks for 50 ml, 40 bucks for 100 ml, and I'll be honest with you on this one. To me, the best thing about it is the bottle. It's a really cool bottle, but the juice, I just don't know. I like it, don't get me wrong. It's different, but I think my issue with this one is just in comparison to all the ones on this list that smell like luxury scents at TJ Maxx prices. This one to me smells like its price. And it may be the sort of grape accord in there I'm not connecting with, but for some reason, to me, it just kind of smells cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. It reminds me of like what the inside of a Hot Topic smells like at the mall. I don't know why. Now, I could be way off here. I don't see a grape note listed. It's just something I pick up on. It may be the leather, juniper berry, bergamot, iris, and cardamom working together, along with some oud, vetiver, and oak moss providing some earthiness. At 30 bucks though, I just went for it and I'm not giving up on it. It doesn't speak to me quite yet, but if you've tried it, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Versace Man Eau Fraiche, on the other hand, at the same price, 30 for 50, 40 for 100. This is a must-own. The ultimate clean summer scent. Citrus, starfruit, woods, some herbals, light spices, and musk. You can go crazy with the trigger on this because it's so easy to wear. This is another one I can fully say is well worth above its pay grade. Number 3, Azzaro Chrome, 25 bucks for 50 ml, 35 for 100. I first tried a sample of this chrome like 2 years ago, and it just smells nice and clean. That's all, nothing out of the ordinary. It's a classic. It's been around for over 20 years, but it doesn't smell dated. Citrus, rosemary, oak moss, coriander, cedar, and just a touch of pineapple, tropical yellow fruit. It's a great summer dumb reach, much like a lot of the other ones on this list. It also has hedione, which puts it more on the synthetic smelling side, but it's meant to be that way, and it does it well. At the number 2 spot, Drakkar Noir, 20 bucks for 50 ml, 30 bucks for 100. If you want to talk about classics. This is an aromatic fougere that's actually celebrating its 40th birthday this year. And even to this day, it's still a great seller. In case you didn't know, fougere is actually the French word for fern. Although a fern doesn't really have a smell, they're meant to, I guess, convey what a fern would smell like. Green, masculine, earthy, sometimes barbershop-like. Drakkar Noir has those classic fougere notes, including mint, lavender, citrus, pine, oak moss, vetiver, leather. Also rosemary, basil, and wormwood make it quite herbal, along with some resins, woods, and spices to beef it up a little. It's one you may call dated, but for those who love traditional fougères, it's timeless. And at 20 bucks, it's a great one just to have in your collection. And my number 1 cheapie, selling for, wait for it, $5 for 50 ml, $8 for 100. Actually, the cheapest fragrance I've ever seen, it's Cuba Gold by Cuba Paris. You know, the little bottle that looks like a cigar and comes in its own little cigar sheath. Now this was just one of those things where I was like, I only need to spend $5 more to get free shipping. Oh, perfect! Add to cart. Expecting the worst fragrance I've ever experienced due to the price being cheaper than most household cleaning products. But to my shock, it's actually pretty good. The scent is not bad at all. Performance is not bad at all. Surprisingly though, there isn't a tobacco note listed. I figured it was a tobacco scent, but it just has grapefruit, pink pepper, lavender, vetiver, vanilla, tonka bean, and amber. Still very good indeed, and even if you don't like the scent, for $5, just get it for the funky bottle. And there we have it, 10 really good cheapies. Now, I want to hear from you. What are some of the cheapies out there that you love that I may not know about? Quiz me on it, dear nostrils. Hey, you know what else is dirt cheap? A subscription to this channel. I'm currently running a sale right now on subscriptions. For your first year, only $0. Then if you decide to re-up, we'll keep you enrolled for an additional $0. And every year after that, you only pay $0 out of pocket. I'll beat anyone's price. You let me know how much other YouTubers are charging for their subscriptions and I'll beat it. With a deal that good, I'm practically paying you. Also, if you give this video a like and hit that notification bell right now, we'll throw in a free alert for your phone every time we upload a new video. So what are you waiting for? It's the deal of a century. Be sure to tell your friends. Well, I guess since you didn't spend any money on this glorious content, I should just thank you for spending your time. Remember to invest in yourself and those you love, stay rich in experience, and of course, stay smelly. The doctor is out.